Always follow good safety and industrial hygiene practices during handling and use of all products. Please take necessary precautions and wear the appropriate personal protective equipment known as PPE as needed. Read safety data sheets, referred to as SDS sheets online, and read related literature on the products before use. When plaster is mixed with water, these materials will harden and become hot very quickly. Do not, I repeat, do not attempt to make a cast in contact with or enclosing any part of the body using this material, as this is dangerous and could result in serious burns to the skin and serious injury.
Hello and welcome to USG Plaster Talk. Today I'll be discussing consistency. This is very important to truly understand the strength and flow characteristics of the products in the popular products video and all USG plaster products. At USG, another most commonly asked question to me and others at the USG Industrial Products Division is, how do I determine how much water to use with my USG plaster? Today I will shed some light on the subject by discussing water demand as it relates to mixing. USG uses the term consistency to define water demand. On USG submittal sheets for plasters, the normal consistency or water demand is called out. Please see the arrow pointing to the normal consistency of hydrocal white as an example. Normal consistency is what USG uses to evaluate plasters in our quality control process. USG stresses that consistency is defined by the parts of water required by weight for addition to 100 parts plaster by weight. Many of you have tried consistency as outside the range of USG's stated normal consistency in order to achieve your own goals. USG calls this use consistency. Now, while this use consistency could be more or less than USG's stated normal consistency, I do not recommend exceeding 10 to 15% above or below this amount. You may ask, what happens if I go above or below the normal consistency? So, if you increase consistency, you will increase the flow as seen here, but your strengths will be lower. And if you decrease consistency, you will reduce flow, as seen here, and increase the strength. I always recommend that you start at the USG stated normal consistency before venturing off on your own preferred use consistency. If your use consistency does lie outside the USG normal consistency by 10 to 15%, then you may want to reconsider your product selection. USG has different consistencies for each of our products. Let's take a look at some of these. Number 1 pottery plaster has a consistency of 70. Number 1 molding plaster has a consistency range of 63 to 70. Number 1 casting plaster has a consistency range of 60 to 66. Hydrocal white has a consistency range of 40 to 45. Ultracal 30 has a consistency range of 30 to 38. FGR 95 has a consistency range of 31 to 36. Hydrostone has a consistency of 32. With all that being said, let me explain how to find out how much water to use in a mix. I will use hydrocal white as an example. As you see on the hydrocal white submittal sheet, it says the normal consistency of 40 to 45. So I want to mix 15 pounds of hydrocal white. What do I do next? I would take 15 pounds and multiply it times 45 as a ratio of 100 parts plaster to water. So the 45 becomes 0.45. So 15 pounds times 0.45 equals 6.75 pounds of water. Let me review that again. 15 as the weight of hydrocal white multiplied times 0.45, which is hydrocal white's normal consistency range of 40 to 45 as a ratio equals 6.75, the amount of water needed for your mix. Many of you may be asking yourself, will this work for all USG products that have a normal consistency? The answer is yes. This basic equation of weight times normal consistency as a ratio equals the amount of water for the mix. You'll find the sheets for USG products on usg.com. Just type the name in the search bar. As you can see, USG products range in consistency from 70 to 32. or more depending on the products. This is important to delivering the correct product for the desired density and compressive strength for our products and your project. I want to show you two examples of how this consistency range can affect strength and density. I will use number 1 pottery plaster and hydrostone as my examples. Now, higher the consistency will result in lower density and lower compressive strength. And lower consistency will result in higher density and higher compressive strength. So, number 1 pottery plaster has a consistency of 70, while hydrostone has a consistency of 32. This means that number 1 pottery plaster has a high water usage, low strength, low density, and a finished product that will absorb a large amount of paint, but will be lightweight. While hydrostone has a low water usage, will be high strength, high density, and a finished product that will not absorb much paint. And the piece will be much heavier. Also consider this. A 50-pound bag of these two products will differ in yield. The bag of number 1 pottery plaster will yield more volume than a bag of hydrostone. That is because number 1 pottery plaster has a much higher consistency than hydrostone.
Are you interested in learning more? Visit other Plaster Talk videos in this series to learn other commonly asked questions. For very specific questions, please call USG Customer Service or visit plaster.com or usg.com and click on Industrial Products. Thanks for watching USG Plaster Talk, and thanks for using USG products.